Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the third round of this season of the International GT League. Raiden has an incredible start to the championship as he leads by a long way, with Night Donna and Vitamin G closing in. How will this round go? This is how the grid lines up then. It's JPS Raiden takes yet another pole position, Vitamin G second, Night Donna third, and there's the rest of them on the grid as we go for a new race, a new track to the International GT League. It is the Autopolio International Racing Course. There's your final look at the grid, and here we go in the build up to the start of the race. It is now time for what is a new track to the league, a new track to the Group 3 series. How will this race go? A great qualifying from Raiden, put himself on pole position as they all line up ready for the start. It's a huge unknown going into a new track. No one knows what's going to happen. Lights out and away we go. It's a good start for Raiden, but Vitamin G looks to have gotten a decent start. Maybe not. The Night Donna has got a good start. Hat Marish filling in for Squeakers has got a good start as well. Vitamin G looks to drop. Actually, he's dropped back behind Night Donna. And as he dropped back behind Hat Marish, who tries to get down the inside into turn 1. Yes, he does. Squeaks Vitamin G gets onto the gravel coming out of turn 1 there. Robbo drops back, as does TNT. I think they jump started in the middle of the field there and got forced all back to someone else on the grass. And that caused him 3 guys to hit into MJ Walter. Walter goes down the inside. It's Foxy. Hobble fraggins the off filter their way through. That's Robbo going down the inside on Crazy Buttocks. Bit of contact, a bit of a squirm, and then in fact that's Foxy hitting Hobble fraggins again as we squirm our way from his first couple of corners. And he's gone off, and Hobble fraggins goes off at the hairpin, the first hairpin of the lap. And Hobble fraggins goes off. I think there was an incident there between Foxy and Hobble fraggins. Now this means that Melond is now trying to defend from Colm. With Vitamin G's dropped from 2nd to 4th, so he's not a good start. No one who has had a good start. Night Donna, who's gone up into 2nd. And Night Donna goes and sends for it. Night Donna goes straight down the inside. He looks to fall straight off the track. Hamaris now tries to wrestle with Raiden for the lead. And in fact, that has allowed Vitamin G to get back up into contention as he managed to overtake Hamaris back up into 2nd place. Melond is all over there. What happened there from Night Donna? Oh, it's a huge lapse of judgment here. We've got Calm Down. We got a 5-car queue here. Now Night Donna comes up behind Walter, ahead of M3 guy, ahead of Robbo, and Hobble fraggins trying to get around the outside of Chris Buttocks. Allows TNT to try and switch to the inside. And again TNT switching to the inside. And that's not quite enough for TNT. He's not yet able to get through Hobble fraggins, who's trying to get through Crazy Buttocks. Now then Walter ahead of Night Donna, M3 guy behind Night Donna making a critical error. And that could have really cost him a decent result here. Now M3 guy on the back of Night Donna. But this queue for the lead. Raiden leads at the end of lap 1, then Vitamin G 2nd, Hat Marish 3rd. So the top 2 are in the same places they started, with Hat Marish 3rd place. Melond is in 4th, 5th is Calm Down, and Vitamin G goes for it down the inside into turn 1. Has Vitamin gone for it? Yes, he has. Vitamin G has taken the lead of the race here at Autopolio. On lap 2, he overtakes Raiden and takes the lead of the race. In fact, that's Crazy Buttocks who tries to get a hit off, and then the fact there's contact everywhere. Terminal Go hits Crazy Buttocks, who snips TNT, and they're all over the place here at the back of the grid. Meanwhile then, MJ Walter's still holding up Night Donna. Melon tries to get around the outside of Ham Harris there, but that's not quite enough. So with Raiden dropping down to 2nd place, he's going to have to try and find his way back into the lead of this race. We could have an incredible race on our hands today, as we now have. So that's Vitamin G, JPS Raiden. Melond is in 3rd place, so a great start for him these first couple of laps. I believe he started down to like 5th or something, or 6th even. Raiden comes down the inside the 2nd hairpin. Down the inside he goes. Raiden's through, but Vitamin G on a bit of a wobble on, drifts it out of the corner, as does Calm Downs. And that does mean that they are there now. And so Raiden retakes the lead of this race. We could be seeing an incredible battle. Here's Night Donna trying to get around the outside of MJ Walter down the main straight to Lexus. And Night Donna is through. Night Donna ahead. Hat Maris is now in 4th place, trying to catch up to Melon. Vitamin G has dropped outside of the lead and is now into 2nd place, but he's going to want to try and retake that lead. We are expecting to see the title fight mainly between Vitamin G and Raiden, but Night Donna's looking good at the start of this season. He's actually in 2nd in the championship. It doesn't look like he's going to keep it though in P6. It's not the ideal place for him to be then. So as Raiden leads, he continues to lead out with Vitamin G 2nd, 3rd place Melon, 4th is Hat Maris. So then as we head now, so it's lap 4 now. Let's take a look at the replay. This is on board with BG28 in the middle of the field. Real long hold to the lights. Tinty goes, Robbo goes, they jump the start, and that's the actual start. So obviously that means they have to stop for the amount of time that they gain from jumping the start. Tinty has to stop longer, which drops him right to the back. Robbo drops down to last place, or at least near or thereabouts, right down to the back. Really unfortunate for him, but it happens. I think he has actually made his way back up inside the top 10. This is now Foxy we're on board with in 11th place. You can see there's Robbo and TNT just there. There's TNT, there goes Robbo. Peeling off to the side so they're out the way. Foxy gets an incredible start instantly out of Walter. He really seems to bog down off the line. But Foxy's start comes to a head here as he tries to get around the outside of M3 guy into turn 1, still trying to hold that back. So does he tuck back to the inside? No, he does not. M3 guy gets a wobble on. Gets the run around the outside. Holds it there, gets squeezed right out onto the grass. That was Foxy. Gets a huge error on. There goes MJ Walter steaming down the inside of both M3 guy and Foxy's hobble fraggings. There's the contact. There's the initial contact. There looks to have been a bigger shove just here. Not sure what happened there, but Foxy does wait and allows all fraggings back from TNT, cutting it very close. So then, meanwhile, we're back with Vitman G on the live racing now. Vitman G pulls to the inside, down the inside, he goes into the first corner. Does he hold the position? Yes, he does. He holds it on the track, and Vitman G takes the lead back here in Autopolis. He has retaken the lead of this race. Raiden switches to the outside, tries to get around the outside into turn 3. Around the outside, he holds it there, which switches to the inside for turns 4 and 5. Down the inside goes Raiden, and he keeps his car there. Melon's all over the back of them both. And somehow they do not make contact. Melon pushing his way through and to take second place ahead of Raiden. Melon was leading so much of the Monza race before it all went horrifically wrong for him. So this is Melon, he's into third place now, and he's still behind Raiden. Raiden has not managed to lose the position, so that's great defending from Raiden to hold on to Melon, who really sniffed out an opportunity, and he's going for it again into the hairpin, where Raiden made the move on Vitman G. Now gonna try to move on, and then Coleman's gone off. Coleman's gone straight off at the hairpin. Hat Maris gets a wobble on. There's Walter, M3 guy, Robbo, all sliding through. Then these three are battling as we segue our way onto this battle. Robbo slipstreaming his way past M3 guy down the back straight. Here we go then. Is Robbo close enough in the Jaguar? No, he's not. He wasn't in the Monza race. This looked like a decent race. It's not for him now. Raiden is behind Vitman G still. Can Raiden take the lead, which obviously they seem to be able to make the overtakes into the first corner. We've got Coleman, who's made another error, and Terminal Gold flies past him now. Robbo fraggins TNT. So meanwhile, Walter drifting his way through the final couple of corners in this final sector. Very difficult final sector to get right then. Robbo, he's all over the back of M3 guy, but is he going to be enough to make his way through? Not yet. So then Raiden, Vitman G and Melon are running away with this one. There's Night Donner in the background who peels over to the inside to try and get his move on Hat Maris. Also peeling off to the inside is M3 guy. Yep, there he goes. There's M3 guy coming to the inside on MJ Walter for 6th place. He's ahead here. And he's done it. There's contact. Walter sort of turns in on the apex. And Walter spins. Does a 360, a casual 360 on the exit at turn 1. And Hobo Fraggins gets a huge moment. Really touches way onto the ground. Hobo Fraggins unfortunately can't keep it for a 360 and does lose a lot of places. Walter lost the position at Robbo and he's defending immediately from TNT now. It's not ideal. It's not an ideal race right now. Raiden on the back of Vitman G. Melon is in 3rd place. Then who's going to get what position? Night Donna in 4th. 5th is Hat Maris. 6th place is M3 guy. 7th is BJ at 28 then. So Robert all over the back of M3 guy. He's been following M3 guy pretty much since the start of the race. He's able to get in at 6th place. TNT on the back of MJ Walter after Walter did a casual 360 out of turn 1. And speaking of, here we go then, Raiden versus Melon versus Vitman G. They're really close to each other as they fall their way down the bottom of the hill. And now the really long sweeping corners. It's a really difficult final sector to get right. You need to absolutely nail every single corner, otherwise you can lose a lot of time and it's easy to make a mistake around this track. Vitman G's on the back. He's leading. He is still leading somehow. It's been a great race for Vitman G. He continues to lead this race. Robbo's all over the back of 3 guy. But with Vitman G, JPS, Raiden and Melon, they all look to have just completely disappeared and have just sort of ran away. The top 3 have just completely gone out of sight from anyone else. M3 guys holding off a position. Night Donna's gone up in the 4th place. It's MJ Walter in 10th. 11th is Call Me Downs. And here we go then, Crazy Buttocks is in 12th place. Colm, having made a couple of errors, running a CSX livery, similar to what C6 Squeaks runs in the Monza race, and has stepped out of this autopolio race. We've got JPS Raiden, who's on the back of Imogen. He looks to have the run around the outside. Does this mean Melon can get his way through? Yes, not quite. Raiden then, he's into second place, who's still behind Imogen. Melon is in third, he's all over them. They're running nose to tail to nose, all the way around this lap now. Night Donna has managed to make the move on Hat Maris, and Robbo, he's all over the back of M3 guy, practically pushing him around there. Are we going to see the Jaguar try and make the move on the Mercedes at some point this race? He's obviously going to want to. He's not going to want to stick behind him for too long. So MJ Walter, in fact, I think that's crazy. Buddard was ahead of Colm, because I think Colm was in 11th last time we saw him, now into 10th. So that does mean that M3 guy is still ahead of Robbo here then, as they come onto the back straight. The top three still running in the same positions they have been for a while now. In fact, no, Vimmenji lost the position to Raiden. Vimmenji was leading, and somewhere Raiden has gone in front Melon, and Vimmenji makes an error and allows a Melon to get through. Melon is now through in second place. Vimmenji made a small error, and he has lost the position. That is unbelievable. Mistake from Vimmenji has cost him second place there. Now he's going to have to really fight if he wants to get the win, because he's going to have to overtake not one but two cars, and that could be really difficult on a track like this. Some of the drivers have been saying that it is not the easiest track to overtake on, but there will be mistakes made. So that is what's going to make this possible to overtake, is errors on other cars, which we've seen plenty of at the start of this race. As we get underway, still in the first half, Melon tries to get down the inside on Raiden. Melon tries to get through. Obviously, Melon led most of the Monza race before a small error. In fact, Robbo's now gone in front of M3 guy. Night Donna's running it wide across the curb. He's as much as he possibly can. Melon is in second place, holding off Vim and G and trying to keep up with JPS Raiden. It's not quite enough at the moment. So Raiden is ahead of Melon. Still, only just ahead of Melon. Here we go then. So what can we do? What can Melon do? Is he going to find an opportunity to overtake, or is he going to wait to see if Raiden makes a mistake? That would be very uncharacteristic of Raiden if he was to make a mistake, but it can happen to anyone. He is only human after all. Or does Melon go for it here? He actually tries to go to the outside, which there was not a gap to go to. So that does mean Raiden and Melon are still running in the lead. Vimmenji looks to have dropped back a bit, but it's not all over yet. Melon weaving around, Raiden goes defensive. That's not enough for Melon, he's not quite made that one yet. So then Melon comes to the inside, switches to the inside, switches to the outside, tries to hold it around the outside, but that's not the driving line there. He's not quite going to make that one work. Now Raiden all over the back. Melon tries to get down the inside, that's not quite enough, and Melon is still behind JPS Raiden for the win of this race. Who is going to come out on top? Melon is trying all over he can. We're still in the first half of the race. We're about approaching lap 7 of 14, which would be the midpoint over this race. And Melon, it's not all over for him yet. Colm Downs is trying to hold off MJ Walter and has done. In fact, Colm's made up a couple of positions. He's down to 8th. So that means Colm has overtaken Terminal God. He's overtaken MJ Walter and looks to continue moving on. Meanwhile then, Raiden still holds off Melon. Robbo is ahead. In fact, Raiden trying to go really defensive. Melon tries to get around the outside. As he holds it around the outside for turn 3, does he take the lead? He takes it very temporarily. Vimmenji tries to get down the inside, but there was no room for him there. Melon's still on the outside as Raiden is doing an incredible job of defending here. This is incredible defensive racing from JPS Raiden. He's doing all he can, the Season 3 champion. And down the inside goes Melon to take the lead. He is ahead now, and now does Vimmenji trying to get out of Raiden. Does Melon trying to open up a gap? He's going to want to try, but is it going to be enough? Is Melon going to be able to? He tries everything to hold off. A bit of dust gets kicked up as Vimmenji touches the grass there, but it's nothing major. Meanwhile, JPS Raiden on the back of Melon. Now Raiden has got to overtake Melon, which could be absolutely crucial in this race now. What we could see happen. Slipstreaming down into this corner. We don't actually know any corner names or corner numbers, so just bear with me. Raiden G is in 3rd place, JPS Raiden is in 2nd, and in the lead is Melon. M3 guy is all over the back of Robbo. It'll be interesting to see where it was that these two swapped positions. I wonder if we'll get a replay on that at some point later on. Obviously, Com has also managed to make his way up some positions as well. We've got Walter, we've got Terminal Goat, who is there. Terminal Goat trying to catch up to Walter. Terminal Goat replacing Hamza in this one race, who could not make the race. Squeaks has been replaced by Maris, and I reckon that's it for reserves. Cars now coming into the pits. So that's Night Donna, JP Schrader, Vitman Melon, Hat Maris, Robbo. Does he look to come? This is a general pit window. It is, you pit now, you have a chance of making the one-stop race because you're pitting halfway through this race. So with MJ Walter then, on the back of Calm Downs, trying to get that 8th place finish. 10th is Terminal Goat. Do these pit in? Crazy Buttocks has a habit of going along. Ah, so this is the replay then. So this is Robbo, he's on lap 6, I believe. Lap 5. This is coming into penultimate corner. Has the run down the inside into the penultimate corner. A very decent move. That's not really the most expected overtaking point, but he had the run and he went for it. And Robbo, now that is how Robbo got into P6. So then there's Crazy Buttocks who's staying out. Terminal Goat stays out. Walter stays out. And coming out of the pits now is JPS Raiden, who leads G, who leads Melons, and Melons has been jumped colossally in the pits, and Walter comes down the inside into turn 1 on G, goes straight on, has outbraked himself. Terminal Goat get past. Melon, is he going to try and get past these two cars? Because this is causing havoc. These two have not pitted. Melon is fighting for the win. This is not what Melon needs right now. Melon's trying to get down the inside of Walter, I think in the background, just behind Terminal Goat. Glass stayed out and Melon is through. Walter instantly tries to come back. Melon's on the grass. Melon's on the ground. And is he about to spin as he tries to come back? He does! Melon spins! And Melon has spun! And that is crucial for this race. Melon has spun. And that means that he's now out of a shot of the victory. Surely a simple mistake. And now Robbo is actually behind M3 guy yet again. Terminal Goat is on the top 3. Hasn't pitted, however. So then, Robbo chasing down to M3 guy. Both these guys pitted out. M3 guy on softs, Robbo on the super softs, and it looks like Robbo's super softs look to have really instantly switched on. He seems so much quicker. He's all over the back of him now as they come into the hairpin. Is Robbo going to go for it into the hairpin, or is he going to try and do where he did him last time? No, he doesn't go into the hairpin. He looks to try and get the driving line. He spins. M3 guy starts to spin, and he has spun on the hairpin. And Robbo just continues on. M3 guy is practically giving him the position. Unbelievable. Someone's gone off. I think that was Walter that's gone off in the background. Terminal Go following. Drop down at 6th place is Night Bonner, who's up in the 3rd. Hat Maris in the 4th. Those top 4 are pitted. I can believe Walter, Terminal Go, TNT will pit. Crazy Buttocks possibly pitting in as well. Unless Crazy, unless one of them chooses to go out for yet another lap. Be unusual if they did. Well owned is on the back of Crazy Buttocks. He's really been held up in traffic. Crazy looks to be struggling quite sufficiently in this race. So then Robbo, that's trying to catch up then. So Terminal God, Walter, TNT in the pits. Crazy Buttocks, interestingly enough, despite looking like he's struggling, has come into the pit. Has not come into the pit, sorry. So there he is, continuing. He's on mediums, and one can assume he's been on those tyres since the start of the race. He's really making them last nearly 10 laps. He's the longest stint of anyone in this race. This will mean his tyres will be considerably fresher than anyone else, but is it going to be worth it? Raiden's made an error. Raiden has gone off on one of the corners. There goes Raiden, becoming a lawnmower, the world's fastest lawnmower. Vim G tries to come down the inside, and that was probably the easiest move anyone has ever done on JPS Raiden. It was the easiest overtake I think anyone's ever done. That now means Reg, Robbo, Walter, TNT, Terminal Goat are all together again. That these three have been together for so long in this race, and it looks like they're going to continue being together in this race. The three of them all there. Terminal Goat now on the back of them. So Robbo, he is trying to catch up to Crazy Buttocks, and that gap has considerably come down now. Crazy Buttocks really looks to be struggling on his tyres. What does this mean? Can Robbo overtake him? He surely will. And if not, Crazy Buttocks will surely pit in, because I can't see Crazy going off for much longer. He's having to do an incredible amount of fuel saving and tyre conservation in that Genesis. It's not the first time we've had a Genesis in the league, but here we go. Then Robbo's all over the back of him. Is he going to do him in the same way he had Ben Free Guy? Crazy Buttocks practically moves out of the way, and yes, he does. In the exact same way, on the exact same corner, Robbo overtakes Crazy Buttocks. He did the exact same things we saw on the replay to M3 Guy, and that moves Robbo into 6th place. It's an incredible race from Robbo. Walter is leading a 2-car train behind him. TNT, Terminal Goat in 12th and 13th, outside the top 10, but in the points. Obviously, in this league, points are scored for the top 13 drivers. There's Crazy Buttocks in the pits, and he's dropping down the order. But will Walter come ahead of him? Where does Crazy Buttocks come out of the pits? He will need less fuel. His tyres will be fresher. This could work to Crazy Buttocks. This is his advantage. And they are both, all three of them are ahead, so that moves them into the top 10. Raiden trying to claw his back to get inside that lead. Who is going to finish on the top step of the podium here today? It could be any one of them. Raiden trying to catch up to Vitamin G. Down the back straight, in the slipstream. Are they going to pick up a distant tour, maybe, from Raiden? You've really got to hold it together. A lot of time can be gained in this final sector. So, Lexus versus Atenza. Raiden did win the Season 3 championship in an Atenza, so he has affiliation with Mazda, winning the title there. He's trying desperately this season to back up his title from Season 3. He obviously took out, he tried Season 4 and failed, and he wasn't in Season 5. He's back full time now, and is he going to be able to try and reclaim some of the records that were taken from him by Vitamin G? Raiden does have a record for wins in the Group 3 series. There's TNT going backwards. TNT's going backwards at the hairpin. I wonder what's occurred there. I wonder, it might have just simply been an error at the hairpin. TNT's stopped on track now. JPS Raiden and Vitamin G are still off in the distance with just 5 laps to go. We are running out short on time. If Raiden has to overtake him, it's got to be soon. Knight Donner a long way behind. Looks like it's going to be one of these two to win. Unfortunately for Melon to make an error, which cost him. So then, Vitamin G versus JPS Raiden. How is this going to end up? Raiden, these two drivers, we haven't entirely seen these two go wheel to wheel. These are probably two of the best drivers in the International GT League. And so it's great to see them go wheel to wheel against each other now in this race. Here comes Raiden, who's all over the back. He switches to the outside. Raiden tries to get around the outside, the hairpin. That's not enough, but does he get the exit? Does he prioritise exit speed? It looks like he has. He's all over the back of Vitamin G. He's coming very close in the slipstream. He's practically pushing him. Peels to the inside, tucks back into the slipstream, and follows him into the corner in the end. He did not make the move, and Raiden has to sit behind for another lap. Is Raiden going to pounce at some point? Vitamin G's got to be aware that it is entirely possible that at some stage in this race, Vitamin G is going to pounce. He's going to go for Raiden, sorry, he's going to go for it at some point, and possibly to try and take the lead of this race. We're heading into the final 2 corners now. On lap 11 to begin lap 12 with just 3 laps to go now. Onto the main straight. We've seen plenty of overtakes into turn 1, mainly from Vitamin G. Vitamin G's contributed a lot to the overtakes into the first corner. Is Raiden going to have it into turn 1? Is he going to try? Yes, he does. He comes to the inside, and down the inside he goes. Into turn 1, down the inside goes Raiden, and the move is done. Or is it? Because Vitamin G has remarkably held it around the outside. Would you look at that? And they're going side by side as they come out of turn 1 into turn 3 now. The next break done. Raiden has the inside line. Does Vitamin G try and hold it on the outside? Yes, he does. And now into turn 4. They're still going side by side. They are still side by side. And they are still. And what a race we are getting between these two now. And Vitamin G tries to hold it on the outside again. Raiden's still going for it down the inside. There's a small wobble on coming out of the corner. And here we go then. And they are still side by side. This is incredible. What is going on in this race? And Raiden, after about 5-6 corners that he's tried to make the move there, it has not worked at all. Now is Raiden going to go for into the hairpin? Yes, he does. You bet he is. He's going down the inside on Vitamin G. He has tried to make that move, but Vitamin G instantly cuts back and does the over and under, the classic switchback, and Vitamin G retakes the lead. JPS Raiden has stayed in 2nd place. After all of that, he's tried the entire sector, and he's still behind. Heading into the final sector, it's not the easiest place to overtake as any of these corners in the final sector, but desperate times are calling for desperate measures. Raiden will still have a sizable advantage in the Drivers' Championship if the race is to finish with Vitamin G in the win. but it's not over yet for Raiden. He's got another couple of laps to try and see if he can make anything. And what a race we just picked out on there. Unbelievable. This race has really become quite something. So we head into the final couple of corners to end lap 12, and what a lap it was. It suddenly just exploded as Raiden gave everything to try and get past Vitamin G, and in the end it didn't even work. Here we go then. Raiden looks to try and go the outside. Vitamin G's going defensive. He's learned. He's thrown caution into the window as he switches back onto the driving line. Raiden was not close enough. And there we go then. But does Raiden get him on the exit? He looks to try and get an exit speed here. Switches to the outside. Vitamin G goes defensive. Raiden gets around the outside. He's positioned his car on the outside. Around the outside goes Raiden. He swoops round, but that's not enough on this occasion. Raiden tucks back in, and unbelievable. And Vitamin G is trying to fight back, and around the outside goes Vitamin G. Raiden took the lead, defends instantly, and there we go. Raiden now back into the lead of this race in Autopolis. Now Vitamin G all over the back still. It's not over yet. Is Vitamin G going to try and go for it? Yes, he is. He's definitely going to try. Is he going to try what Raiden did on the previous lap, or is he going to try in a different place? We're about to find out. Does Vitamin G go for it? Yes, he does. And down the inside goes Vitamin G on this occasion. Raiden holds it around the outside. Vitamin G tries to accelerate around the exit, and that's not enough as we can't charge down the straight. It's a drag race. Lexus versus Mazda, and the Lexus comes out on top on this occasion. Unbelievable. What a battle this has turned out to be between these two absolute giants of the IGTL. JPS Raiden still holding on to Vitamin G. Only just though, are we going to see Vitamin try and go for it into this final lap? We're on the penultimate lap. This race has really flown by now. Vitamin G on the back of JPS Raiden. He's now into the final corner. It's crucial to get the speed right here. The sooner you can pick up a throttle, the better, but you don't want to just go straight across that final corner. And on to the final lap. Here we go then. All or nothing for Vitamin G. He's going to have to give it everything. And here he goes then. To the outside. Into turn one. Is it going to be enough on this occasion? Round the outside goes Vitamin G for the lead of the race in Autopolis. And a heroic effort that was from Vitamin G, who takes the lead around the outside. A brilliant move from Vitamin G to get around the outside of JPS Raiden. Raiden went defensive. Vitamin G is like, nope, not having any of it, and goes around the outside. Now Raiden's got to really attack. He's not got much time left. He's got the remainder of this lap, and corner after corner, the amount of time he's got is decreasing. Oh, what a move that was from Vitamin G, and that could be a race-winning move now. Is Raiden going to be able to keep it going? Is he going to be able to try and re-overtake Vitamin G on this final lap? He's not going to. Previously, he could have been thinking, right, well, he needs to get another lap. He's got another lap. He's got another lap, but he has run out of laps. And that was another good overtaking opportunities we've seen. Raiden has not been close enough. He's running out of places on this circuit now where he can overtake. He's giving it everything in the slipstream. Number 209 versus number 29. Are we going to see these two swap positions for one last time? As Raiden following Vitamin G through this final sector, a twisty final sector that it is. Is it going to be enough? Is it going to be enough? We're all eager to find out who's going to win. We've got like 3 corners to go now, and Vitamin G is holding up brilliantly. A masterful drive from both of these, and both should be incredibly happy with the result. Around the outside, tries to get Raiden into the penultimate corner. It's not going to be enough, and it looks like Vitamin G is going to win, but it's a drag race to the line. Raiden tries to pull out, and they're practically going side by side across the line. He's going to win. It's Vitamin G wins in Autopolis. Raiden comes home in second. Night Donna third. Hat Morris 4th. 5th place Melon 6th. A brilliant race from Robbo. Calm Downs 7th. 8th M3 guy. 9th Hubble Fraggins. 10th Terminal got. 11th MJ Walter. 12th TNT. And rounding out the field is Crazy Buttocks in 13th. After staying out so long, did not work out for him. But what a race we had. Vitamin G versus JPS Raiden. Truly, probably the most exciting race of the season so far, and definitely one of the most exciting races in recent memory. And if that's a sign of what's to come, if that's a sign of how this title fight is going to turn out for Season 6, you're going to want to tune in to every single race to find out if and how any one of these two drivers is going to come out on top for the Drivers' Championship. It's going to be a really exciting one. And we're only 3 races in. There is a long way to go now. And this rivalry between these two drivers is really starting to kick off for the championship. But who will be crowned victor at the end of the season? So Raiden then now sits 26 points comfortably ahead of Vitman G, who moves into 2nd place. Night Donner is equal on him though with Vitman G, so Night Donner's not a million miles out. Squeakers is doing an incredible job up in 4th place. No one would have anticipated to see him there. And we'll see you next time in Catalonia. Goodbye.